family, how are you? This video concern about preconditions for a chemical reaction, part 1. For the startup or beginning of a given chemical reaction, there are different preconditions they should be fulfilled, but we concern only the three main preconditions. One of the three main preconditions that should be fulfilled in order to start up a given chemical reaction is a collision or contact of the reactants. According to the collision theory, the reacting species should be physically collide or contact directly. The directly collide or collision between the reacting species is the first and the main precondition to begin a reaction between the reacting species or reactants. But all type of collision or all type of contact between the reacting species is not responsible for a chemical reaction be occurred, because a collision may be effective or ineffective. Some collision between the reacting species may be effective, and some collision between the reacting species may be ineffective or not effective. Therefore, simply collision or contact of reacting species during a chemical reaction is not enough to yield a desired product. An effective collision is a collision type that results in a desired product, which means if a desired product is produced or obtained during a chemical reaction, therefore a type of collision occurred between the reacting species is effective. But if a desired product is impossible to obtain or produce, even if the reactants are collide or contacts, then it indicates the contact between those reactant or reacting molecules is not effective or it is ineffective. Example: in order to produce sound by clapping our hands, they should be collide. But the contact of our hands is not responsible always to yield or produce sound energy. That means when we climb our hands quickly or fastly, then there is a production of a desired amount of or a wanted amount of sound energy. This is why, because our hands collide effectively. But when we slowly collide or contact or climb our hands, then it is impossible to produce a desired amount of sound energy. Therefore, in order to produce the wanted or required amount of sound energy, our hands should be effectively collide or effectively climb. Any type or any form of climbing our hands is not responsible to produce sound due to the collision of our hands.